Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to hop on because I was really curious about this brand, and when I saw that they had a special packet of trial samples, I just thought it was such a good deal. And the fact that try everything out for $35, all these samples, and then they give you a $35 credit to use to buy a full size, which I just thought was fantastic. And the brand we're talking about is KOSAS. This great packaging, so has everything you need to know about what's in the box. I thought I would just tinker around, see how it goes. I have nothing on my face outside of moisturizer. I'm pretty excited. Let me put my hair up. This card, I'm thinking 3 or 3.5. Let's go with 3.5. So this is the Tinted Face Oil Comfy Skin Tint. Apply with fingertips. So this is about how much product you get. I hope that's enough to, I don't think it's gonna be enough. Oh no, I see something that's happening. I'm putting it on, and the moisturizer that I had on is actually pilling, and it's pilling everywhere. So this might not be the right product for this. So we're going to try this again. I'm gonna go on with bare skin. I wanna give this a good shot. I'm going to mix 3 and 3.5 and potentially 4 just to get enough coverage, even if it's not exactly my right shade. So that's this one, in hopes of getting enough product. And I don't think I'll be able to cover even a third of my face, but I hope I can at least get an idea as to whether or not it's something I like. Oh, I really like the way it feels though. It doesn't feel greasy on me at all. Feels really nice. So it's not settling into my pores, but it's not also providing a lot of coverage, like at all. Let me try to get a little more out of this sample card. Oh, you see that color mixed nicely. This, on this side, I'm mixing the color 2 and 4 together. Now, they're very generous with the concealer, so it's sort of like, I think they should have tried to be equally as generous with the skin tint. It does have a very, very light, oily kind of feel to it, but as you start to put it onto the skin, it almost feels like it becomes dry, like powder. It's a very interesting formula. Different than anything I've tried before, actually. It does apply some level of coverage. I almost feel like each of these should be like 3 times the size, or even 4 times the size. So let's see what we can do with this concealer. I think I settled on 3W, and I'm just gonna use a brush. So I'm going to just kind of dab this on each side, especially where I have my melasma, and carry it into my eye and see how that goes. I also have melasma here, some redness there. So that concealer is really creamy, I'll give it that. This color might be a tiny bit too dark and a tiny bit too yellow, but I do think that gave a little bit more coverage. I mean, you still see some of my discoloration. Feels like it's not gonna move, but it still feels creamy. Let's go and try these bronzers. So this is the Moisturizing Baked Bronzer, and it's in all 3 colors, light, medium, and deep. And I'm just gonna, it's a clean moisturizing baked bronzer that gives you that glow your skin gets in really pretty sunset light. That's very specific. I'm gonna try this one, or maybe I'm gonna go back and forth. So I'm using my favorite bronzer brush. Oh, I'm just using the light. It has a rosiness to it, which I appreciate. So I'm trying to pick up the rest of it. I don't see the glowiness of it. It doesn't look that luminous to me. It just looks nice, but it's not like glowing. Maybe I'm going to move up, and so you see I used already everything there. I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick up some of the medium bronze golden and see how that goes. I'm gonna do a little bit here. Okay, so that was significantly deeper. Probably a little too deep for me. It's a very pretty bronzer. And for me, it blended well. I think I had seen for some people it didn't blend so well, but on top of the skin tint with its kind of dry touch finish, it works well. It didn't catch, and even with all the concealer I put on, just feel like that's a very natural looking tone. I'm gonna try this lip fuel. It has hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, wild mint, and konjac root. It's this one here. Feels hydrating. It is very much a chapstick. It has a thickness to it I don't really like. Yeah, not the biggest fan of that. Let's try to put on one of the colors. Same formula, I'm not gonna suddenly like it, but I can show you guys what the color looks like. Ooh, that's a real pretty color. This feels like Blistex lip balm. It has the same type of texture. Not my favorite. This is a pretty color though. This is the color Rush. And the last color of this one, which is in the shade Pulse. That's this one here. So this was Rush and this is Pulse. Pulse looks like it's a bit warmer. Yeah, I really don't like this formula. It feels very thick. I feel like maybe if you live in a very cold weather place and you know you want something to stay on your lips, it might not be the worst idea. Also, you know, they call it KOSAS Sport Lip Fuel, and I'm just surprised that it wouldn't contain SPF in it. If you're like promoting a product for the lips that's like sport, because if there was, I would certainly reconsider it and like keep it as a product for that. But I'm not the biggest fan, but pretty colors. The tints are pretty pigmented. I was left wanting more lip products, so I want to try the Wet Lip Oil Gloss, this one here. So these are the 5 shades that it included. I'm going to go ahead and start with Jellyfish. Now this product I have heard a lot of amazing things about, and I've been wanting to try it. This has a much nicer formula. It smells like licorice. It's not as glossy as I thought. Let me try Malibu. So this is the shade Malibu. It's a really pretty pink. Not for me, but it is really kind of feminine and light and pretty. It's pretty, and definitely there's more glossiness. I applied it with a brush, and so this is probably the glossy level, but it's not crazy glossy. And the product is very comfortable. So I do like this. I'm gonna swatch the rest of the colors just so you can see them in action. Next up is Dip. So this is the color Dip. It is like a warm nude, really pretty. Has some peach, has some pink. This is a shade that would be super easy to wear. They call it a neutral bikini nude. I think it's so far my favorite. So this is Dip. So this is a really pretty color. This is the shade Fruit Juice. It's considered a neutral splashy magenta. This one though, just doesn't seem as even in its color application. It is very pretty. That might be sorted out when you actually have a full size of this and you can shake it or, you know, apply it a different way, because I'm working off of a sample card. This is the shade Jaws. It is considered a warm red. I do like this one as well. I think it's really pretty. It's very popsicle-y. The formula though isn't the thinnest formula I felt, and so you do feel as though you're wearing something, That's not necessarily a bad thing. It is comfortable, and again, has that kind of bit of a licorice scent to it. So these are these lip products. I'm gonna leave this one on for a while just to get a good feel of as I talk, does the formula, the feeling of the formula change at all? And I'm gonna go ahead and try some of these blushes. All right, we're gonna go with Papaya 1972 Warm Peach Duo. So I'm just picking up some of that blush from the card. So quite a lot. Let me just, oh, okay. Oh, that is really peachy, but it blends out really nice. So it has good level of pigmentation. I did not even use all of the blush sample, and I feel like it gave me a real beautiful peachy look to the skin. Very pretty. And now I'm going to just take the back of my brush and use the highlighter side from the Duo. And kind of just use it as a topper. This one, I do see some sparkles in it. Like from afar, you can't really tell, but up close, it does have like little flecks of glitter. And I don't really care for the tone. So that was the Papaya Duo. I feel like maybe this highlight is a little too deep for my skin. And try to put on the pink, because I think the pink Duo might work better. So we're just gonna take some of that down. So this is Longitude 0 Cool Pink. Oh, that is different. Oh, I like that pink. Had a little tiny bit of shimmer. I'm not the biggest fan of the shimmer. I just wiped down my face from the blush because I want to try these cream blushes. I'm hoping that I like them a bit better, because I don't think I liked the pigmentation of the powder side of the blush, but I did not like the highlighters that were included in this one. So this is Velvet Melon and 8th Muse. So I'm gonna go ahead and try both and see how it goes. And if you're wondering, what did I put on my skin that's making my skin look nicer? I actually just whipped out my Milk Sunshine Skin Tint. So I took a bit of the product and I put it on the back of my hand, and I'm just kind of blending it around with this, and I'm gonna see how this applies. Oh, that's pretty. That's really soft and very blendable. So this is Velvet Melon. I'm just adding some more color. And when you add it, it's very, you know, there's a lot of body to it. It's not very liquidy. It's sort of gel-like, gel cream. It's a lot easier to work with, usually. But if you're using a product, at least like the Milk Sunshine Skin Tint, what you will find is a product underneath like that has some moisture really makes these products come to life. And I feel like the other skin tint, the one from KOSAS, it dried down, very kind of velvety feeling, and I don't like blending these type of creamy products over that. Now I'm just gonna try the highlight side. Now this one I'm gonna apply with my finger. I just warmed it up in the back of my hand, and I wanna, oh my goodness, that's so pretty. There's no sparkles. I'm gonna put this on my eye. There's no visible sparkles. It's just really, really pretty. Okay, so you see, that's a star product. I'm going to use 8th Muse on this side because I do want to try both colors and see if I have a preference. It's such a pretty pink. So I'm just loading up my e.l.f. stiff-fold brush, and I'm taking that, oh God. So this is this color, and I took this pink into my eye. Oh God, I love the pink. I really like the melon too, but I really, really love the pink. And look how much product is left. And I mean, there's so much product in this little container. So let me see what the highlight side is like. Now, the highlight looks like it's pretty, oh, I was about to say it looks too deep, but it doesn't. Oh, what a nice color. Put this on my eye. Oh, wow. So I have the 8th Muse on this side, the Velvet Melon on this side. Let me put a little more Velvet Melon on, and it just layers so nicely. Ooh, yeah. I really like both of them. I mean, they're two different things, but there is something about that rosy side, and my skin is like glossy, but doesn't feel gross or thick or heavy on the skin. Why don't we put on some eyebrow gel? See how that goes. This is the cutest little sample guy. Look at this. It's so little. So cute. We'll see how this sort of dries down, because I don't like when it's like too crispy or something. While it's doing that, let's try on some more lip colors. Their weightless lip color. Am I going to try on all these shades? Sure, why not? Let's do a lip swatch-a-thon right now. We're going to swatch all 11 shades. This is color number 1. It's called Vegas. Feels very, very nourishing lipstick, and it's not a high gloss lipstick. It has a nice satin finish. And this is, I would consider this kind of like a toasty, let's see what they say, a warm beige. I'd say there's a tiny bit more peach in it. It's a really pretty color, especially with this cheek combo. This is Undone. It's described as a neutral pinkish brown. I think it's more of a toasty rose. Very easy to wear. Clearly you're wearing lipstick, but it's not like in your face. It's a really pretty color. So this is Undone. This is Rosewater. It's described as a cool pink, but on me it pulls warm. So I think it's a warmish pink color. Here is the color Stardust, which is referred to as a warm peachy pink. It feels like there's a bit more red in it. It feels less peachy. Definitely there's some warm, kind of a warm pink rose, I would call it. I love this color. This is Electra. It's considered a cool red. It's very blue based, but has some pink in it. And it's a real happy red. And in this formula, I feel like this is a good red formula. It's not gonna move around too much or anything. So this is Phoenix. This is considered a warm, fiery red. It really has a little more orange in it, but I also really, really love it. I am such a fan of reds in general. I just think it's the ultimate lipstick color. This is Thrillist. It's considered a energizing puppy red, more orange in it, almost a neon vibrancy to it. Here's this shade Fringe. It's described as an earthy brick red, and it applied really evenly, which sometimes as you get into these much darker colors, you start to see some performance issues with the pigmentation, but this one was really, really smooth. This is the color Royal. It's described as a cool berry. I really love this color. I love this color. This is like it's knocking on vampy's door, but it's not vampy. It's not like inappropriate, daytime inappropriate. It's really, really beautiful. And with this cheek, especially in the fall, this would be beautiful. So again, this is Royal. Here's another great one. This is called Violet Fury, and it is considered a fuchsia. I think it has much more richness than just fuchsia. Apologies for the lip lines, it's getting a little. And I just want to show you, true to many of those colors that have that bright fuchsia pigmentation, Violet Fury stains the lips. So it's a really pretty stain. So if you're into that, just something to keep in mind. And this is the final color. This is Dark Side. It is considered a rich Bordeaux. And I'm gonna have to agree with them. It is quite dramatic, obviously. Probably great for more of the winter months, fall. It is very, very pretty. It makes your teeth look very, very white. And it is lovely, lovely color. And I will say, although a little difficult always these colors to apply initially, once you get it on and it settles, it has a really smooth, even application. I did note that in the samples, at least, the colors Royal and Dark Room both had a little bit of a split in the formula, like a little bit of oil splitting. Could have been that those two samples were just a little more, are a little older than the others, or potentially there's some indication about something with those pigmentations not melding perfectly well with the formula. So I'm not sure. I would have to buy the full size and sort of see how it goes. So that is all the shades of lipstick. And I have to say, having applied them, taking them off, applying, taking them off, I did note that they're really flattering. All along my lips, I do have fine lines, and I didn't feel like the formula wanted to migrate or settle in and feather. You know, it feels like they stay put, and they're really comfortable on the lips. Let us kind of play around with the last couple of products. I have a mascara as well as the eyebrow tint. So let's start with the eyebrow tint. It comes with this nice little brush, and I have every color they make in it. I think I'm gonna start with the medium brown. Looks like it has more of a neutral undertone. So that's this one here. So now I'm thinking maybe brown black. Okay, let's try brown black. Okay, so the sample, this might be a little tricky. It's very, very moussey, the formula. So I loaded up the brush, but I'm afraid it has probably too much product. So I'm just gonna use the edge of this and wipe some of it off. And let's see how it goes. Oh, that's pigmented. Very pigmented. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Should have scraped off a lot more than that. Wow, okay. Mayday! I'm gonna wipe some of that off. Now, even as I'm doing this over, my eyebrows are already significantly tinted than the other. And this is with me wiping off the product. So it's a very pigmented product. I did not add any more product to it. It's what was on the brush initially, which was quite a lot. And that is just the problem with the sample, like with sampling these type of products, because I'm sure the component addresses being able to take excess product off. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow with this. So I just wanted to note, I did put on that clear brow gel, and I'm feeling my eyebrows, and they're not very stiff. So it's not crispy or anything, but it didn't hold very well, because I could see, you see there's like this eyebrow hair that's sort of like dangling down. It didn't help hold its direction. So I think that they did a wonderful job in filling in the brow and also providing some hold. Typically, I don't go this dark and dramatic, but okay. we're doing it today. We're doing it today. I have a big mess in front of me right now with all the products I use, but I think I'm pleasantly surprised. So the only product, oh no, shoot. I have mascara. Wait, let me put on this mascara. So this is the Big Clean. So that's one eye. Okay, there we go. It's a pretty mascara. It sort of left my eyelashes very nice and separated. It tinted them. It did help curl them a bit. I have, again, very straight lashes, so I usually curl them and then put on mascara, but I wanted to see what it did on its own. And yeah, pretty nice. We'll see how it wears. If it flakes, mascara is one of those things. I'll let you know. And I'll also let you know about the KOSAS Sport Chemistry, which is the very liquidy sounding deodorant. So that was a lot of fun. Some unexpected things happened there, and I definitely found, I think, some good stuff in the mix. So I really applaud KOSAS for doing something like this. Let's just quickly go over a few things that maybe didn't work out so well. I really did not care for the lip balm, the Sport lip balm. I just thought it was very generic feeling. Other two lip products I actually enjoyed. So the lipstick formula seems to be a really nice lipstick formula, and I found some shades I really enjoyed. A couple, actually 4 that I think are pretty special. Vegas, which was that nudie peach color. Those 2 reds, Phoenix and Electra, both were gorgeous. And I really loved that color Royal. And on the wet, what was it called? The Wet Lip Oil Gloss, I really liked the color Dip, which was a neutral nude. And I would also recommend Fruit Juice, which was a neutral splashy magenta, according to them. And it was a nice formula, not too glossy enough, felt very comfortable, and I know it's well reviewed by others. Another product I'm pretty impressed with, and I will have to, though, see what it looks like in the future, is the Eyebrow, which is the tinted treatment gel. And I love how well it tinted my eyebrows, and they feels pretty dry. Another thing I really enjoyed was the Color and Light Cream Blush and Highlight Duo. That's what is on my cheeks right now. Oh my God, it's so glossy. I really love this. Probably up there as the #1 contender for how I'm gonna spend my credit at KOSAS. Then for kind of like middle of the road, the Color and Light Blush duos, but these were the powder ones. They were very pigmented, I will give them that, but the highlighter in each just contained too much glitter for me. Another kind of middle of the road, now that I've sat with it for a bit, is the bronzer. I almost feel as though for myself, I would need like a combination of these two. Just wasn't enamored with either shade, but the shades together combined were very pretty. So maybe they will extend the shade range. And if there's something between light and medium, I would be up for trying it. The Big Clean mascara, I will have to report back to see if it smudges or anything. It does perform very nicely. My eyelashes are not like crispy or anything. They're very soft to the touch, which I enjoy. Just feels like a very natural, easy mascara. Products that I was a little disappointed in. The Eyebrow in Clear, this is not the best holding gel eyebrow product. But again, I think I like the tinted formula of it for the filling capacity. So in Clear, I wouldn't pick it up. So it's not a good like brow setting product, but it's a nice brow filling product if you pick it up tinted. Then the skin tint and the concealer. The skin tint I don't like. I liked how it went on the skin. It went on very kind of oily, but it dried down very quickly, almost to like a velvety texture. For me though, it didn't layer well with a moisturizer. Ultimately settled into my pores. And so if I can't wear a good primer or something underneath it that can curb the settling into the pores, I don't think that that product will be for me. I think in general, for me and my skin type, I really like skin tints. I like lighter coverage, but it has to have some viscosity. And if it's too thin, too watery or oily or just thin, it will inevitably settle into every little crevice or fine line. Whereas a product like this, and there are some others that I've used that have a little bit of body to them, tend to have much more of a smoothing effect. I thought the Revealer Concealer was better than the skin tint. It had a kind of a medium coverage to it, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it. So if you're looking for a creamy, hydrating, but not too slippy concealer, it might be the one for you. Overall though, this entire box and process was a lot of fun. I loved swatching all the lip colors. It makes the box totally worth it to me because I love lip colors and I love being able to see every shade if possible. So I always get really excited when companies send me lip cards and I try out every single shade. I have found some of my favorite shades that way. And I really loved the skin products in terms of like the powder products. I thought there was enough to get a nice application. I did think that the box failed with how much product it provides in the skin tint. I think it needs to triple the amount of product. And if it's about maybe sending less color ranges, having like a light medium box for available and a medium to deep skin tone available box. I just think it's a little wasteful because now I have all of these concealers and all of these, and I have entire cards of concealers that I won't use. So just something to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm very excited to now go shopping at KOSAS. I think I will pick up the cheek because I love it. I really love it. Potentially the brow product and potentially one of these lipsticks or the wet lip oil, though I think I'm leaning towards the lipstick. So yeah, I hope you found that helpful, and I hope more companies do something like this because I think it's a great investment and hopefully it curbs returns, which I'm sure is a big wasteful part of kind of managing a brand. Anywho, I will check in later. Take care, everyone. Bye.